Whoa, it's underwater Sevier County. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy. This is Morning in the Mountains, and you're watching Mountain Fun Life. Joined, as usual, by Brad Levitt. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
And we have a special guest today who obviously it says, do not touch.
That's right.
Crime scene. So I don't know what you've done wrong in your life, Candace Cook.
I can't talk about it here.
But that's a beautiful scarf.
Thank you. It's super soft.
Let me guess. Do they, by any chance, do you sell those?
We sure do. We sell them.
Across the street at Alcatraz East.
We do.
I am going to need several of those as gifts, so that's fantastic. That is outstanding. Well, it's another rainy day here in Sevier County in the Smoky Mountains, and we're getting ready for more flooding. You remember on Thursday's show, we had lots of flood footage for you, and I want to say thank you to all of you who sent in your flood pictures and your snow pictures, because then the rain turned into snowflakes. So I think we can probably, at some point during the course of the show today, we're going to take a look at some of those beautiful pictures that you sent us through our Facebook page, and keep doing that. We enjoy that very much when you send us stuff. And also on the course of the show today, the theme is Guiding Your Adventure, which is our overall theme of Mountain Fun Life. But today we're going to talk about some specific rainy day activities that you can do when you're in and about. Brad Levitt has put together a nice list for us of the top 3, 4, 5, 17, I don't know how many, but Brad's going to be writing a lot of these top 3, top 5 lists for us for our Facebook page, which gives us material to talk about with you here on the show each and every time. So we appreciate you doing that, Brad. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to remind you, speaking of numbers, 7 days of membership at Workout Anytime you can get for free, and all you have to do is go over there to Workout Anytime and say, hey, I heard about this on Mountain Fun Life. It's at Governor's Crossing on Collier Drive in Sevierville, and you go to Workout Anytime and say, I'd like to try it out, please, for 7 days and see if you like it. And that is courtesy of Mountain Fun Life and Workout Anytime. All you got to do is mention it. So your comments are valuable to us. That's what this iPad over here is for. Doug Tussing has, you're going to become a top fan, I believe, Doug. I see a lot of comments from you. I was watching back one of the shows from last week, trying to, figure out what I could do better. And I saw a lot of comments from Doug, so we appreciate you. And also Travis Floyd, we appreciate your comments as well. So good morning to both of you. And thank you for watching here on, what is today? Is today the 10th?
10th.
Today is the 10th. The Oscars were last night.
They were.
And did you stay up and watch?
I caught just a little bit of it. I hear one of my favorite movies this year, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, did pretty well. And
say that again slower.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That won Best Supporting Actor, I believe, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
And with Quentin Tarantino. And for radio geeks like me, we like the soundtrack.
Yeah, well, they used actual air checks, we call it, from old-time Boss Jock radio stations.
KSJ Los Angeles.
Yeah, in Los Angeles. So they went back and got actual tapes from the surviving family members of these dead DJs, and were able to use those in the movie in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is about the era of the Manson murders.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen the movie yet.
Have you heard of the Manson murders?
Yeah, I've heard of the Manson murders.
I'm pretty sure
just
Alcatraz
a little
East
bit.
may have a mention of Charles once or twice in there.
We have a few things. There are a few artifacts from Charles Manson as well. So
yeah, what do you have?
We have his guitar. We got last year, beginning of the previous year maybe. That's on display there. A few other pictures and mementos.
Interesting.
Just have to come and see all the things we have in our serial killer
area. There was a lot of death, bloody murder, crime, gore in the sadness in all of the nominees this year. And I'm just talking about the Judy Garland movie. But no, the one that won overall was a Korean film called, I saw it, I know, Parasite. And of course that's got, I don't want to give away the ending, but in the pictures you can see drops of blood. So at some point, somebody is going to bleed in the movie. Well, of course that does in fact happen toward the end, but it builds up the suspense throughout the course of it. It's a good movie, but it's not exactly uplifting, family fare. Then you had Joker, which won Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix. Again, a tragically depressing movie about mental illness with lots of blood and lots of guts and lots of murders. And Judy, just popping pills to death on that one. Any other big winners that I'm forgetting?
I'm sure there are plenty. I didn't really see it all.
Oh, all right, because I stayed up as late as I could, and then they had this halftime show out of the middle of nowhere. they're chugging along and doing all the stuff that relates to this year's Academy Awards. They have Janelle Monáe comes on, and she's got guys dressed up as the Joker, and they're doing a song and dance. And it was, okay, that was that. And then, at about the midway point of the show, about 9:30, on comes Eminem to sing Lose Yourself. Okay.
Interesting.
That's nice. I mean, that song won an Oscar, I believe, 17 years ago. So it didn't really make sense to me that why, in the middle of Jojo Rabbit winning screenplay and Parasite winning the other screenplay and the different awards, like the big ones, of course, I mentioned Joker, Judy, Parasite winning Best Picture, Brad Pitt supporting actor, Laura Dern supporting actress for another miserably sad, depressing movie about divorce. And there's blood in that one, too. Nobody dies, but at least there's definitely bleeding. So then Eminem comes on. It's like a halftime show in the middle of the Oscars. It's got nothing to do with anything else. This morning I read something that said maybe they think it's because Eminem tweeted out something to the effect of, like, sorry I couldn't make it back in 2003. So I showed up
17 years late.
Yeah, so 17 years later, I guess they held the spot for him. And anytime you want to come, Eminem, the invitation's still open 17 years later.
Well, we can get through that show a lot quicker. Just get on stage. I'd like to thank everybody I've ever known and go. That's all.
Well, they did supposedly limit the speeches to 45 seconds. I don't believe it for a second because most people went over. And then Elton John managed to win Best Original Song for a movie about his own life. So you make a movie featuring all of Elton John's old songs, and the only way to win an Oscar is to stick one new one in over the closing credits so it qualifies as Best Original Song. They do that with all the old, any Broadway musical or any musical movie that is coming out as a new movie using old songs. You always have to stick in one new one somewhere, hide it in there. Otherwise you can't get an Oscar. So it worked.
I see.
All right, look at this. We've got some more comments here. Stealing all the entertainment news from our man Jim Johnson, who has the entertainment show that runs on Wednesday mornings. Jim and Dre Hilton will be debuting their new show in this time slot at this very desk on Wednesday. Maria Tussing says, good morning. I wonder if she's any relation to Doug. Travis Floyd points out that Ford versus Ferrari won 2 awards, and I did get that one in just in the nick of time. My wife and I went to see that on Saturday night. And it's good. I really liked it a lot. And I'm pretty sure there's blood. I'm pretty sure somebody dies. Yeah, all the things, yeah. And it doesn't even have a happy ending. So, another one. It's just, I guess you got to be as possibly depressing as possible, right? And then Doug also agrees that the 45-second acceptance speeches didn't happen. And now a couple of comments now coming in about Alcatraz East.
Oh, great.
Summer Sailor says, which I think is a light rock group, aren't they? Summer Sailor, don't they sing covers of Christopher Cross tunes? That's Smooth Sailor. No one's going to call me on my joke. You're allowed to. When I'm starting going down the path of silly, you're allowed to call me back in. It's okay. You're allowed to do that, Candace Cook from Alcatraz East.
Thank you.
So Summer Sailor says Alcatraz East is the best, as well as Doug Tussing, top fan Doug Tussing, says he's never been, but it's on his list. I don't think Doug lives here. I think he comes here on vacation a couple times a year. So real quick, tell us about the deal at Alcatraz East. You're here to give away some tickets, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 tickets for one of your viewers.
Wonderful.
Give them out.
All right, so here's the way it's going to work. Same as we do on Thursdays with Ask Frank Live, is we'll go through all of these comments. So far, all of you, as I mentioned, are now eligible for the 2 tickets to Alcatraz East, which is a very outstanding, fun place to go.
Thank you.
I'm, of course, partial to the CSI room, because I have a part-time job working for Dr. Bass, the forensic anthropologist.
It's amazing.
So, of course, I'm biased toward him, but the whole place is out. The Ted Bundy stuff is creepy. The John Wayne Gacy stuff is creepy.
It is. We get lots of calls for the Ted Bundy stuff. We have, last year, we put out a temporary exhibit for the 30th anniversary of his execution. It got so much feedback and so popular, if you will, that we kept it. We've extended it. We still have it there.
Well, all those Netflix and some other channel, I think, both had Ted Bundy stories on TV, right?
They did, yeah. He had all his personal tapes, and it's so odd to hear him talking in third person about himself. It's intriguing and
crazy.
Fascinating. Exactly.
You should watch Joker, the movie Joker. They're crazy, not in a healthy way. Like, I hope I'm crazy in a healthy way. I'm allowed to say people are crazy. It's one of the few boxes I can check off on the identity politics scale. All right, I have run my mouth quite a bit here about things, and I know Brad, according to this email that I got at 2 a.m. What time did you send this?
Yeah, it was like 12:30 or 1.
Oh, all right. Well, I was already in bed. It has a bunch of news topics to go over. So, Brad, let's throw it to you as we talk about what's on your list.
Well, the top thing today is going to be the weather once again, and as we did talk about last week, we had the flooding for a day or two. We had the snow after that, and now more flooding. And you want to be sure, if you did not see the Captain Accurate weather forecast today, you can go back on the Facebook page and take a look, and it's very important to do that. And also download the Captain Accurate weather app.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
Did you guys put the Captain Accurate forecast on YouTube and Roku now? I noticed they started doing that as well. Mm-hmm. We only just did a week ago. Started running Captain Accurate maybe 2 weeks ago. David Aldrich every morning at 9 a.m. here on Mountain Fun Life. Right. Do you know David Aldrich?
I don't personally know him.
Well, I mean, you've seen him on TV, maybe.
Yes.
Point. Well, he's awesome, and he does our weather for us. So. But I think as of Friday, they started putting that on Roku and YouTube as well, which means I can watch it on a smart TV like it's big. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it so much. All right, I'm sorry. You're saying go back and watch David Accurate. David Aldrich.
And as we know, the weather caused some schools to close, and some are still closed today. Basements flooded, and tragically, we did lose a life last week. Brooke Sampson was a teacher at Sevierville Intermediate School, and she died when a tree fell on a city vehicle on Wares Valley Road. Our thoughts and prayers are with her husband, family, students, and all who knew her.
And the ones who are injured. I mean, this was a whole city of Sevierville van, a transport van,
True.
full of city employees, and this young lady, this teacher, they were all traveling on Wares Valley Road, and there were multiple injuries and one fatality in this horrible. I mean, you can't. You never know. I mean, you never know when it's going to hit you, and that's just so bad. Your family can be affected by tragedy just like that.
Certainly.
Wow.
And in some other news, traffic news, your access at Cataloochee Valley is cut off from today through May 20th.
Oh, I wasn't going there anyway.
Well, not today, anyway.
Okay.
The North Carolina Department of Transportation has closed Cove Creek Road. Now, that's the 11-mile curvy dirt road off of exit 20 on I-40 that serves as the main access route to Cataloochee. That's where you go see the elk. Crews will restore the original width of the road by building a new retaining wall on the slope above the road to help prevent future slides and unexpected closures. In 2013, a slide removed a portion of that road and hillside below the road. NCDOT crews made short-term repairs that have kept the road passable for more than 6 years, but now these improvements should stabilize the location for a decade. And if we can take a look at the traffic slide in 2013,
I think we just had it up there.
Okay, we did have it up there. Cades Cove Loop Road, day access is cut off, as we know, through February 29th. That should be reopening on March 1st, though, if everything stays according to plan, and everything I've heard seems to indicate it will.
In fact, I was so confident that the slide was up there, I started peeling the label off my water bottle, and I got caught red-handed.
I-40 has construction delays at the Tennessee-North Carolina border, and watch out for potholes pretty much everywhere. And because of the changes in temperature, where we're into the 20s, and then we're into the 60s, and then we're back in the 20s again, and have all the rain, they can pop up anywhere. So, and there's no way to pre-fix them, unfortunately. So you'll find crews fixing them, and you just have to watch it. If you drive a small car like me, you could lose it. I don't know.
I'm driving a smaller car than you. I know what you're talking about. Although my car is so small, I can sometimes fit between the potholes.
All right. And I am declaring it, by the way, Bear Monday.
We
have to do our bear
Monday.
thing. Yes.
Here's what happens: is what Brad will tell us a story about a bear, and it usually happens on Mondays. So we go. It's Bear Monday, but not too loud because you don't want to blow out the mics. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Candace
ready.
from Alcatraz, you're going to say this.
I'm ready.
All right, Brad, what day is today?
It's
Bear
Monday.
And
How about that? You're talking about like kind of bear. And then you can go if you want.
two baby bears were taken to a North Carolina zoo after being found in a box on a lawn in Camden County, North Carolina. Whitney Lawhorn.
How did the bears get in a box?
Somebody put them in a box and left it on somebody's lawn.
Well, okay. You sure the box wasn't just there and the bears climbed in?
Not from what I understand.
All right, so somebody left bears in a box. This is a total Dr. Seuss book.
It is. I actually saw pictures of it, and they were like little babies. They thought they were puppies at first. Like
So they were baby
little.
boxed bears?
Yes.
Or boxed baby bears?
Boxed baby bears.
Oh, bitty boxed baby bears?
Yes, baby bears in a box.
A spokesperson for the sheriff's office tells his resident at a home on River Road called dispatchers on January 28th, stating he found a box on his front lawn with what he thought were puppies inside it. Deputies stopped by the home, determined they were infant bear cubs.
Wow. Okay.
Now
that seems odd.
I would think so.
Yeah.
They contacted the North Carolina Wildlife Commission. The cubs were transported to the Asheville Zoo for examination. Now, I have not heard if they would end up at something like Appalachian Bear Rescue. Hopefully they will, but I've not heard that. But we'll have to see on that. But you never know what's going to be in a box on your front lawn.
Bears in a box.
Somebody will leave you a present.
Seriously, let's write a children's book about bears in a box. I think that's fantastic. A fantastic idea.
And we have some blood drives coming up this week.
Does it have to do with bears?
No.
No, okay.
But it does have to do with blood.
We do need blood.
Yes.
Because that's the, especially with all the traffic accidents and other. Well, Medicaid used to have really big demand for blood around holiday weekends because they'd be closed for a day, maybe there'd be fewer donations, one day less of ability to donate. Well, they have to change all of that and get more blood drives more often because the supply just has been critically low a lot lately.
Mm-hmm. We have those coming up this week, and thanks to Felicia for letting us know on that. Gatlinburg-Pittman High School blood drive as a medic, mobile hours 8 to 2:30. That is going to be on the 12th, which is Wednesday. We encourage all blood donors to come and donate. Now,
That's Abraham Lincoln's birthday, the 12th.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah.
The school is trying to reach a goal in order to receive money towards supplies and equipment for the school.
It's also Charles Darwin's birthday. I'm trying to tie it into high school things.
Certainly.
So
Charles
February
Darwin's
12th,
birthday.
we can go celebrate these big birthdays and give blood.
There you go. For each donor that donates, we'll donate $10 to Gatlinburg-Pittman High School to help purchase supplies for school needs. All blood types are needed, and donors receive a free T-shirt and a free Texas Roadhouse appetizer.
Woo!
Then on Thursday, LeConte Medical Center will have their blood drive inside the classroom across from the cafeteria, 11 to 6, and all blood types are needed there as well. And same thing, get the T-shirt and a free Texas Roadhouse appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
Also have some additional things going on here.
So there's no blood at Alex Stokes' comedy show?
I'm hoping not. Thursday.
I'm looking at the list and thinking, what do these things have in common? You got blood drive comedy show.
We're leading into the calendar.
I'm not really
Date night comedy show with Dre Hilton, Alex Stokes, and more. That's at Dave & Buster's. Now, I understand the dinner tickets are sold out. There's still a few show-only tickets available.
All right.
You can go to Facebook to find that. And sure, Dre will be talking more about that on Wednesday. Also, Valentine's Day dinner at Nino's Pizzeria and Eatery in Sevierville later on in the week on Friday, and the Tennessee Winter Beer Fest at the Carriage House restaurant in Townsend from 3 to 8 on Saturday.
I can't even plug my Valentine's gig because it's been sold out for a while.
Right.
But you would be interested because it's Dr. Bass, the forensic guy.
I thought you were going to say it had blood.
We will have bones. The blood will be all dried. The blood will be dried and gone. But we're having skull-shaped chocolates and actual bones and forensics decomposition and nastiness.
That would be nice. That would be amazing.
It's been sold out for a while. However, we also, I'll tell you, Pigeon Forge-wise, we just booked a gig for May for Wilderness, what is it called? Wilderness, I've got the cup from last year. Wilderness Wildlife Week is having Dr. Bass and me back in May of this year.
Oh, that's great.
So I would love to spill the date for you, but I know that there's still a few things that have to be signed. If you catch my drift.
I'm thinking our friend John Rose of Snuffy Smith fame may just be there.
I hope so. He lives up in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and draws the Snuffy Smith comic strip now. He inherited it. And he also does the editorial cartoons for the local paper. And he's a fun guy, so he usually appears at Wilderness Wildlife Week as well. So we'll find out. We haven't seen the whole schedule yet. I only know this one slice that affects me. So I'll be telling you more about that as we get closer to it. And then the other thing that's kind of cool, I don't know if you saw this on Facebook Live over the weekend, is I was invited to go to the opera rehearsal, the Knoxville Opera rehearsal for Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
So I've done this before just because I think it's entertaining to me. But so I go ahead and I crash the rehearsal, and they're in the middle of it. And Romeo's up there, and Juliet's up there, and they're singing at each other beautiful French versions of Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo, and all that. And then it comes to intermission, and they're practicing running through the whole opera in intermission, and they're just in the rehearsal space. Then I just start running around on the set talking to anybody I want, and then 15 minutes later they're like, "You got to go," and that's the end of it.
Oh.
But it's fun. It's fun. So that opera is coming up on Valentine's night because it's Romeo and Juliet, Candace.
It's just fitting. It's perfect.
And
what other night?
They're doing another one on Sunday the 16th if you want to go in the afternoon. So I think I'll be going with the blue hairs at Sunday afternoon. No, I mean my friends. No, I'm looking forward to it. I got to see enough of it that I'm hooked. I got to see the rest. I got to see how it ends. But you know how it ends? With murder and blood and stabbing and poisoning. It's a very deadly show.
Yes.
Everyone, I mean not everyone, but at least 4 characters are dead by the end of it.
But it's like the best love story ever.
It is. It is. So that's what. Brad, have we done? Have I steered us so far? Oh, here, Jim Johnson, who does the entertainment show for us on Wednesdays, is going to be at the opera on Wednesday for the dress rehearsal and Friday for the opening night. So I hope he'll tell us more about that, Jim, on Wednesday's show when you do the entertainment show with Dre Hilton. And if you want to steal a clip from the rehearsal video that I did on Saturday, feel free. I'd love for you to incorporate that into your show if you can. All right.
And before we learn more about Alcatraz East, look for the article we're going to have on Facebook about trip insurance for your travel.
Oh, okay.
So I put that's going to run about noon on Facebook, a little 5-minute article thing. And
nice.
So we can get and learn a lot more about Alcatraz East now.
So trip insurance is not me falling down the stairs to my ultimate death.
No.
Which I'm worried about that. That's how I might actually perish. No, I did. The other night, or the morning, at 5 in the morning, 4, whatever time it was, I thought, I won't turn on any of the lights so as not to wake my wife. Mm-hmm. And I nearly died on the stairs, so I thought, that's sorry, Jerry, the lights are going on. So anyway, not that kind of trip insurance.
No, the travel insurance, if you would have to cancel your vacation for whatever reason, somebody in your household gets sick and you can't come.
Yeah, or the boss won't give you the days off that he promised you.
Right, sure.
That kind of stuff happens. Mm-hmm. What? You're laughing like that never happens.
No, I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
That happens a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, you end up having to cancel your travel plans, so you have travel insurance, trip insurance. Would that cover whatever you want, the airfare, the hotel, the rental car?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I didn't want to give away the whole article, but I want to know what we're talking about.
Yes.
All right. Let's chat a little more with Candace Cook. So what did you bring? You brought these tickets, and all of you, by the way, are now in the running. It looks like Linda Winstead has given me a hello. I want to point out that a simple hello, Linda, is all it takes to enter the drawing for the Alcatraz East tickets. Because we'd love for one of you new viewers to enjoy and watch and win a prize to come visit us here in Pigeon Forge. But I'll tell you from firsthand experience, Alcatraz East is a lot of fun for the CSI crowd. If you watch any of those shows,
yes, absolutely,
any of the crime scene shows.
Yes, I used to like to watch some of the crime shows, ID and everything. Since I've started working there, we joke around that if anybody looked at our Google history or what we have in our DVR or what we watch on Netflix, like there would be questions to be answered. It's
what kind of targeted
researching.
Ads do you get on your phone, I wonder?
I do. Exactly.
You probably get some pretty odd things. Like, here's bleach.
Yeah.
Remove stains. Here's a ProServe. They'll clean any carpet, if you know what I mean.
Those are the things that just automatically pop up in my Amazon cart. It's like, we thought you might want these kind of things, so.
Well, tell me about the kind of things you actually sell. Obviously this
amazing
the scarf.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That when I do the work with Dr. Bass, we use crime scene tape to decorate the venue. So we need these in a big way. And then also, go ahead and put the picture up. What is this? What is this book that's on the Hunter? Go ahead and hit that. Yeah, you've got a copy of this book that's on the screen right here.
Yeah, The Chase Darkness with Me. That's the first book we're doing. We just launched our online book club through Facebook, so you can just read it on your own. Go on there, comment on it, go back and forth on the chapters. It's just been a great experience so far this month. So this is the first one we're starting.
Remind me what this one is about. I think I talked to one of your colleagues last year, before this came around. But do remind me what this one is about.
This one is, Billy Jensen wrote it. It's on his experiences as a private investigator and trying to solve cold cases. It is amazing. I don't want to give it away because we're not quite through with the book yet on the thing, but
we can read this part.
Yeah, it is. It's fascinating.
We can judge the book by its cover, Candace.
We can. It's a great narrative. You really feel like you're there doing the interviews with the witnesses, watching the videos, everything with him.
How about You'll Ride Shotgun as Billy identifies the Halloween masked murderer, finds a missing girl in the California redwoods, and investigates the only other murder in New York City on 9/11.
Yeah, that's fascinating too.
That's good stuff.
We were very fortunate to have him come and do a talking segment with our guests last July.
Yeah.
It was perfect, and now his book has come out, and it's a really good book.
And do you sell this at the bookstore?
We do not have this in our gift shop at the moment. We have sold all the copies.
Oh, you sold it.
Yeah.
Okay. But the idea is that wherever you live in the world, you get the book for maybe your Kindle or buy it on hardcover, and then read along and participate in the online version of the book club.
Absolutely, yes.
No actual meetings.
You don't have to show up anywhere, go anywhere. You just, when you have your phone out, just comment back and forth on the chapters. And it's really interesting to see other people's take and, how they're trying to solve mysteries along with it. Well, I think it might have been so-and-so, and maybe he was on it to this. It's great.
All right. So tell me more of the things you have in the gift shop. I remember seeing various law enforcement type articles of clothing and coffee cups and things like that.
Absolutely. We have T-shirts, hoodies, anything from Al Capone on it. Valentine's Day is coming up.
Was he involved in the Valentine's Day massacre?
Yes.
And not on the bad side, right? He was on the
right, on the bad side.
Both sides are bad in that. It's not exactly.
But hats, mugs, all kinds of sorts of things. We also sell our items on our website, so you can purchase them there if you forgot to get something or you just haven't come yet and you want to get a gift for somebody. Everything, check it out on there.
Outstanding. And did you bring these ski goggles or whatever these are?
These are our...
those are the DUI goggles.
Yes, these are the DUI goggles.
I realize it now.
Varying levels on them, and we have them in the museum so that you can kind of test out intoxication. Okay.
Alrighty.
These ones...
What it does is it alters your vision to the point to replicate what a drunk driver would see.
Right, your blood alcohol content.
So now you would have to then take a DUI test and walk a straight line.
Right, there's different courses you can take. Ours try to. We have 3 different levels at the museum. This one is right in the middle. You are 0.8 to 0.15%. So you're quite tipsy.
I don't know if you can see it, Brad, but look straight at your camera over here on my right, as close as you can.
I can't even hardly see the camera.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're using these in over 120 different countries, taking them to schools, and it's just a great thing.
Try to read the title of this book.
AEI, Chase Dark something or other.
It's close.
Can we borrow those for a week?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're going to wear them every day here?
Well, no, you can take them off, Brad, but I am enjoying the concept. What did you think?
Very interesting.
What did you see?
Well, really just stuff. Really nothing clear.
Well, all right, let me rephrase that. The stuff that you saw, how was it different than what you're seeing now? I hope there's some difference, or otherwise I'm worried.
It wasn't clear.
Okay.
Basically, I could see the monitors, but they weren't all in the same place that they were.
Yeah.
I could see basically the light from them really more than any images off of them.
Candace, hypothetically speaking, if Brad were drunk right now, would the goggles make him feel sober? or does it only work one way? It would make him feel more drunk.
Okay. I don't know how much he drinks in his personal life, maybe. You're twice the legal limit with these on, 1 to 2 times the legal limit. So you definitely would be going to jail if you were pulled over, if you were driving. But you're welcome to come in one night after closing, after a few drinks, go to one of the moonshine tasting. We'll have a private little event where you can
In a
see if
way,
it makes sobers you up.
These kind of remind me of I used to have to wear prisms and all sorts of nonsense when I was a kid to get my eyes to work properly. It reminds me of that in an odd way. It's not that dissimilar. All right, well, cool. All right, so apparently there's a lot of comments that I need to get get you all into the running for these 2 tickets to Alcatraz East, which is a favorite attraction. So I want to say thank you to Stephen Calder. Doug Tussing mentions that he watches Law and Order, which is cool. Doug also says he wants the book. Well, you can buy it. And then I don't know what Doug means when he says walk the line. I beg your pardon. I see the correction now. That's what you would do wearing the goggles. Is you would try to walk a straight line. Cool. And then so more comments are pouring in. And if you have questions about Alcatraz East, you're welcome to ask anything of Candace Cook as well. And I see the graphic here. What is this? It says graffiti. Graffiti contest, right? Because with the drunk goggles on, I thought it said giraffe comedy. And I thought, oh, we're going to talk about giraffe comedy? But no, it's graffiti contest.
Yes, our 3rd annual graffiti contest is coming up. It's going to be on the 30th of May this year. You can go on our website right now and go ahead and enter it. We have 3 prizes we give away. First place is $750. Second place is $350. Third place is $200. It's from 6 a.m. till 12 noon that day.
And the pictures we see here
were at the contest last year. Yes, those were the winners.
And if you're entering the contest, do you spray paint something at home and send it in, or do you come to Alcatraz East and do it on site?
If you're chosen as one of the people to participate, you will do it on site. You've got those 6 hours to do it, and so all of those that you see were done within that 6-hour time frame.
Oh, sweet. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so you can go on now. We're taking all kinds of applications, send in some entries, of the graffiti that they're doing, and it's really a bunch of fun. It's great to watch people and their artistic abilities, just these pictures that unfold in front of you.
All right, excellent. Well, what we're going to do is we have a few more things to cover during the course of the show today. Our sports director, Rich Haley, has a recap of the weekend sports. Candace, you don't have to go anywhere. We're delighted for you to stick around.
Well, thank you.
And we're going to run a very quick message. Brad, any other headlines we're going to cover with you later in the show?
I think we pretty much have it for right now, but be careful on the roadways today. Conditions are going to be changing very quickly, quite possibly.
All right.
We have that flood warning in effect, I believe, until something like 7 o'clock tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We're definitely in flood warning zones. And even the Knox County schools canceled last night in anticipation of flooding. And I think Sevier County was already planning on being closed today. Mm-hmm. Our friend comedian Alex Stokes, who you mentioned, was describing it. We don't know if it's for flu or for flooding, so let's just say fluting.
I like that.
All right. We'll run a quick message while we bring in sports director Rich Haley. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Special guest Candace Cook from Alcatraz East. I'm Frank Murphy. Stick around.
We have our own magazine. Our prints are located in shops, gas stations, hotels, ballparks, all over the Smoky Mountain region. We offer a concierge service for cabins, hotels, resorts, and individuals. A portion of any of our services or ad space may be applied as ticket value to the cost of any service or ad you book through us. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life, and I'm Frank Murphy. Special guest Candace Cook joins us from Alcatraz East, right across the street. So it wasn't flooded enough that you had were delayed getting here, right?
No.
I mean, literally, they're across the street. And then sports director Rich Haley. Welcome in, Rich.
Glad to be here.
Well, glad to have you.
Did a little swimming to get in, but I got here.
Oh, good. Yeah. Let me run through a couple more of the comments that came in, I believe, earlier, where we were talking about Alcatraz East. Let's see. I don't know. We're on. I guess I got to go back to. I'm on the wrong page here. But we want to point out that Doug has said he is a crime fan of watching all of that stuff, and Travis says Alcatraz is on his list when they visit in March. They're coming from Texas.
Oh, fantastic.
So if you have any Texas crimes, that would be good. Doug's intrigued by the CSI room. Let's see. And then also Travis is asking about the new attractions. I think you covered it a little bit after his comment came in, but we were talking about the graffiti contest is the next big thing, or what?
Yes, and we also have a new exhibit coming out. We have 2 temporary exhibits that we rotate annually each year. Right now we have prison art. We partnered with Path.
I saw that. Jim Johnson and I came over the day that was opened up, and we did a video there.
Yeah, so we have our Alcatraz Art Escape right now. That's going to be leaving us at the end of April, and then we're going to be replacing it with TBI. It's going to highlight some of the cases TBI has handled.
Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Correct, yes.
Very, very nice. And then speaking of Jim, I want to say thanks, Jim, for the compliment. He apparently watched the opera video, the opera crashing the rehearsal video. It's fun. You know, if you haven't seen it yet, you can still find it on Facebook, and somehow I'll airdrop it to somebody so we can put it on Roku and YouTube. Can't do that from my phone. I've got to send it to the master computer, but I'll airdrop it to somebody so you can watch that in your method of choice. All right. So, Candace, where are you from originally?
California.
What part?
Southern California.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Totally. That's exciting. Did you take the 405, or what do you do?
Yeah. People from California, everything is by freeways. How you get to places. Southern California, Riverside County, Moreno Valley.
Oh, the 909 area code.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You got to take the 10.
Exactly.
All right, I know exactly. Yeah, I lived in Burbank for a little while.
Okay.
So I know what you're talking about. But I was curious to see if you had any connection to the local sports scene, like by having family members perhaps who go to high school in the area, or.
I do have a son. He's in high school. He's not doing any sports right now. He's doing culinary in school.
I'm not worried about that. But what team would he root for if he were cheering? Because I don't play sports either, but I'm interested in who wins.
Obviously, Sevier County. He goes to Sevier County. So.
Okay.
Sevier County.
Well, good.
I got a little bit of Sevier County.
All right, and also some Pigeon Forge news,
yes,
right, Rich?
Some really good Pigeon Forge news. If you are a wrestling fan or if you're a Pigeon Forge Tiger fan, either way, you should be in a really good mood this morning because over the weekend, the Pigeon Forge Tigers won the state championship in the wrestling dual meets.
Rawr, right? Do we go rawr again?
We can go rawr. Ready?
It's Rawr! It's Tiger Monday.
So
They're just like, what is wrong with these people?
It's Bear Monday.
Well, we got bears, we got tigers, and all we need is lions, and we can go to Oz.
That would be the King's Academy.
King's Academy.
How about check me out?
There you go.
Yeah, because the Sevier County is the Smoky Bears.
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge is the Tigers. The King's Academy is the Lions.
There we go.
And all you need now is the Dorothys and the Totos. Right? Then you'd have the whole set that goes to the Wizard.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So
what?
The Tigers had a straight route to the championship. They beat Alcoa 57-24. Then they were in a really tight match against Hickson. Hickson went on to win the consolation tournament and
is
came
Hickson
in third.
A guy or a whole team?
It is a whole team.
Okay.
Just outside of Chattanooga.
All right.
So that match was 38-32.
And it was rude to call us Hicks.
Hicks, yes. Hickson's no.
Okay, all right.
And then in the championship match, Pigeon Forge won 43-26 over Fairview. Now, these are the team competitions, the team duels, the individual matches for individual state champions. That happens at the end of this month, starting on the 20th.
So those numbers are wrestling scores?
Those are team scores.
Okay.
The way the scoring goes is if you pin your opponent, you get 6 points.
Oh.
A major win, which is by a lot of points, you get 5.
Yeah.
Then a minor decision's 3 points.
There you go.
So
all right.
That's how those totals come together.
Thank you.
So that's wrestling. Next thing we're going to talk about is high school basketball. Mm-hmm. And in high school basketball, we had a couple of very important games on Friday night. Starting off, we'll talk about Northview Academy versus Carter. Now, this game was rescheduled because of the flu and flooding to Friday night.
You can say fluting for short.
The fluting, yes. And it was a really interesting game. Northview led, and the Northview girls And that's what we're
Cougars.
talking about, the Cougars.
Right. So now we've got Cougars to add to the Lions, the Tigers, and the Bears.
And the Cougars.
Just want to point that out.
So the Northview Cougars ladies have lost 2 games all season. They've been a very good team.
Oh, that's good then. Okay.
But they did not play very well against Carter and wound up losing. Where's that score?
Carter's
61
the
to 56.
Hornets. So the Cougars got stung by the Hornets.
Yes, they did. So, and we've got
Just trying
some
to help her out.
video
She's
from
from
that game as
you.
well as the Sevier County game. So let's go ahead and roll that, and we'll kind of talk about how games went. So you can see that the Cougars just weren't hitting their shots. You saw the 3 miss, the putback miss, and here on the foul, they missed the free throw. It just wasn't a great shooting night for the Cougars. Here is Campbell Penland shooting the 3, didn't make it, but the putback did go in, so
Are they
that
both wearing
helped.
green and white? I mean, 'cause
Yes, they're both green and white.
Carter's green. I mean,
Right. Cougars are green and gold.
Okay.
So you can see, here's something that doesn't happen very often in Northview. They got beat on a hustle play. Missed the rebound, scrambled for it, and Carter goes end to end for the score. So again, Carter built up a big lead at the end of the half, 28 to 18, and the Cougars just couldn't find anything. Even when they were blocking the inside, like you see right here, the Hornets could just kick it to the outside and shoot a 3 from downtown, no problem. Then the Cougars started working their way back. You get a 3-point from Skylar Jenkins there to start clawing their way back in. And then you see another nice dribble and move in by Lexi Bates. They miss the 3, but then Lexi gets the rebound and puts it in. Here we are nearing halftime. And again, Carter on a transition. Another huge basket. Cougars clawed their way back into it. They get a shot here, cuts the lead down to 2 points with about 12 seconds left. Get a nice defensive play on the other side. And then once again, Lexi Bates hustles and ties it up with that basket. Unfortunately, the fourth quarter didn't go Northview's way, and they wound up losing, like I said, 61 to 56. Now, we also want to talk about Sevier County and Jefferson County. Sevier County won 58 to 33, but the really cool thing in this game was the return of number 2, Marvin Castro.
All right.
Marvin took a horrible injury earlier in the season, and they figured he'd be out for the rest of the season. There he nails a huge 3, and you can see the fans just going wild having him back on the court. And again, they did wind up winning, like I said, and time's running out. But Sevier County won, and they actually clinched the district championship with this win.
Which is where your son goes to
Yeah.
Sevier
County.
County.
They were considered a long shot about halfway through the season, and they really came on strong at the end of the season,
great.
heading into the tournament. Now, also Friday night, Gatlinburg Pittman swept Pigeon Forge. The boys won 72 to 66, and the girls won 57 to 42.
That's real good.
Got a couple games tonight. We got lots of basketball. A
All
couple
right.
games tonight. Sevier County is at South Doyle, and that is a district matchup. And then Gatlinburg Pittman is taking on Gibbs at home.
Very good. Did Kira go to Gibbs? I think Kira might. I know she's from up that away. She's asking me how much she wants to know how much do I miss her on a scale of 1 to 10. You know, I have to say 11,
Of course.
but I do miss you, Kira.
And we'll close out. We'll close out sports. UT lost to Kentucky. It's the first home loss against Kentucky in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tight game, but with all the new players and the youth
Yeah.
on the team, they're just not quite there yet.
So, what are the just off? You know, I'm not going to hold you to it, but what do you think are the chances for the Vols to get into the big tournament for March?
Odds are against it. I'm going to say they've got about a 30% chance of getting there.
All right, so they'd have to really luck out and get hot and win the conference.
And the hard part of
guarantee a
that
spot.
is the remainder of the season, the schedule's pretty tough.
Oh, all right.
And they just don't have the
Okay.
wins to get there. But then again, they could surprise us. We'll see.
All right. Well, I'm looking for. We're going to wrap up. We had a couple of great comments, many great comments about Alcatraz East. So thank you all for that. Somewhere along here is they picked a winner. I'm trying to find the one that is the winner. Is he on here? What page is he on? I can't even find him. But we have decided that here he is. Stephen Calder has won the tickets to Alcatraz East. Congratulations, Stephen. Yay, you.
Yay.
Yay.
Congratulations.
So what we want you to do, Stephen, is please contact Mountain Fun Life. The easiest for us is if you send a direct message through the Facebook page with a way for us to contact you. You can either direct message us a mailing address, and we'll pop these in the mail to you. Hannah will take care of that over there in the Best Deals department. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, just give us a phone number, some way to contact you, so that we can get your mailing address. Or if you're in Sevier County anyway and you just want to come over and pick them up, we're next to the Conway Twitty Tribute Show, sort of across the street and up the hill from Alcatraz East. So if you want to do that, you have to make sure that you come at a time when we're all here, because sometimes we rent out the studio. I should mention that one of the business things we do here is we'll rent the studio if you want to come in, like make a commercial in here. So when that happens, Stephen, you wouldn't be able to come pick up your tickets because we're doing something else. But if it's certainly while we're here, then that'd be absolutely stupendous. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Morning in the Mountains.
Hey, before you close, I want to try those on. I have never, ever been drunk.
Okay. Well,
I'm not
even
a
in the
drinker.
Navy? You were in the Navy
Even
for
in the
how
Navy.
long?
I was in the
Does
Navy
he
for
keep
9
his
years.
regular glasses on?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
How could you be in the Navy and do they not have alcohol on the boat?
Well, no, you're not allowed to have alcohol on the boat. I can
mean,
tell these
shore
words.
leave. Yeah.
You know how I can tell?
What?
Frank, you're gorgeous.
How'd that look? How'd that look in drunk vision?
Frightening.
Yeah, the more beers you drink, the prettier I get. Candace, thank you.
Thank you so much
being
for
here.
having me.
I am totally jealous of your crime scene scarf, so I may have to run it. How much do those run?
These are $24.99, but if you buy two, they're just 2 for $40.
That's less, right?
It is
Yes.
less.
It's
It is
$20
less.
each. All right, I gotta get Susan and Dr. Bass on the phone and see how many we need to order.
Great.
So thank you very much for coming.
You're
and
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jim, for winning the Alcatraz tickets. Enjoy them. You're absolutely going to have a lovely, wonderful time over there. So make sure you allow enough time, because really, once you get in, you can spend hours in there or minutes. It's up to you.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
The average is about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a museum. You get to wander through and go back and forth until you've seen everything. Don't rush it. Take your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. All right. Anyway, so then going back to the wrap up, today was Monday. We did Morning in the Mountains. Tomorrow, a similar show. We'll do Morning in the Mountains again. Brad Lovett and I will be here for all of that stuff, talking about the weather. Obviously, we do want you to drive carefully. Slow down so you don't hydroplane. Keep your headlights on anytime your windshield wipers are on, because I don't care whether it makes it easier for you to see. It makes it easier for us to see you. With all these fancy cars that have automatic headlights, we're all getting the habit now of not touching our headlights anymore and just letting the car figure out when it's night and when it's day. Well, when it's day and it's raining, would you please manually turn on your headlights? This is how I do it in my car. Please do that, because we can see you much better, especially if in the rearview mirror. And then, so don't hydroplane, turn on your lights, and turn around, don't drown, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'll put you in Alcatraz. All right. So it looks like we got a lovely message as we sign off to Papa over here. Liam and Gideon say hi, Papa.
Hey, Liam. Hi, Gideon.
So that's pretty
Glad you're
awesome.
watching.
All right. Thank you so much for watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. For Brad Lovett, for Rich Haley, for special guest Candace Cook, right?
Yes.
Have I called you Candace Cameron at any time during the show?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because
No.
I might have by accident. Candace Cameron Bure, I don't even know. As long as I don't call you Lori Loughlin, we're good. Candace Cook, I'm Frank Murphy, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on Mountain Fun Life.